Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live at noon.
New for you at noon, a Fargo man is now in jail after running over another man in the parking lot of the West Acres Mall. Police arrested 44-year-old Jason Anderson this morning. Police say Anderson and the victim knew each other and were involved in an incident in Moorhead earlier this morning where the victim allegedly stole Anderson's car, according to police. Then Anderson got his car from the mall parking lot, saw the unidentified man, intentionally ran him over, and then got out of the vehicle and assaulted him. Anderson was arrested for attempted murder while the victim was taken to a Fargo hospital with serious injuries. Also new at noon, the Fargo Police Department is warning the public of a high-risk sex offender in the area. 36-year-old Michael Gordon is now living at 724 First Street North in Fargo. That's about 3 blocks from Nicholson Field. Gordon has been convicted of sex crime against children 3 different times. His most recent case involved a 16-year-old girl. He's also convicted for trying to lure a child on the computer, but that child was actually a police officer. Let's take that live look outside on this Tuesday afternoon. Blue skies, sunshine. We're getting pretty used to this view, and it's pretty nice. For what we can expect for the rest of our day, let's head on over to First Alert Storm Team meteorologist Lisa Green.
That's right. It's looking really nice out there. We've got some warming temperatures. The wind is a little strong, but we're getting used to that. We know that. I want to show you how things shaped up from the morning. This morning we had that beautiful sunrise on our time lapse here. Nice blue sky. Now we have had some high thin clouds move in, and so those will continue to pass overhead here this afternoon now. But overall, we're still looking at some beautiful blue skies and temperatures on the rise here in the valley. So some good conditions ahead of us here. Here's a look at our temperatures right now. A little slower to climb compared to yesterday because of those thin clouds overhead. We're at 69 degrees currently in Fargo. Grand Forks is at 68. Bemidji also at 69 and 66 in Devil's Lake. A look at your winds out of the southeast. We've got some gusts going into the 30s, a 33-mile-per-hour gust in Langdon and 31 in Jamestown. So factoring in that wind, it can be a little tough out there depending on what you're up to. Looking at your afternoon planner temperatures, 70s to even potentially getting to that 80-degree mark. And if we do so, it's the first 80 we'll see this season. We'll let you know what to expect coming up for the rest of the day today and beyond as we head toward that holiday weekend coming up here in just a few minutes.
All right, liking the heat. Thank you, Lisa. New information this afternoon on COVID-19 in the area. The state of Minnesota again reporting a big increase. Total cases are up 665 from the day before, bringing the total to 17,029. 748 people have now died. That's an increase of 17 from the day before. The majority of deaths happened in a nursing home or assisted living facility. 11,540 people are listed as recovered. In North Dakota, another death has been reported, along with 63 more confirmed cases of COVID-19. The latest victim is a man in his 90s from Cass County with underlying health conditions. That brings the death toll in the state to 45. In total, there have been 1,994 confirmed cases in the state, while 1,269 people have recovered. The city of West Fargo says crime overall is going down within city limits, earning it the title of safest city for the second year in a row. That was revealed in the 2019 crime report out today. The data shows a decrease in personal crimes and drug crimes within the city. In total, the police department issued 4,570 citations. That's down from nearly 7,000 in 2018. Police also oversaw 1,648 arrests. That's down from nearly 2,000 in 2018. They received over 30,000 calls for service in 2019 as well. One teenager is dead after a rollover in the Southern Valley. The North Dakota Highway Patrol says a 16-year-old boy was driving just north of Cogswell around 9:30 last night when his car hit a deer and then rolled multiple times in a ditch. State troopers say the teen was thrown from the vehicle during the rollover. The victim's name and hometown are not yet being released. Another accident last night sent a 19-year-old to the hospital with serious injuries. This one happened on a gravel road about 5 miles north of Jamestown. State troopers say the victim was driving a dirt bike when he entered a ditch and hit an embankment, which caused him to go airborne. The teen was then tossed from the bike and had to be airlifted to a Fargo hospital. There's no word on his current condition. Secretary of State Mike Pompeo says he had no idea the ousted Inspector General at the State Department was investigating him. He also said the firing of Steve Linick was not an act of retaliation, but lawmakers from both parties are now demanding answers. Nancy Cordes reports.
Mike requested that I do it.
President Trump told reporters that it was Secretary of State Mike Pompeo who wanted his agency's inspector general fired.
I guess they weren't happy with the job he's doing or something.
Now, lawmakers from both parties are asking the president for a detailed reasoning for the firing. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi citing reports that Linick was nearing completion of an investigation into the approval of billions of dollars in arms sales to Saudi Arabia.
That arms sale, by declaring a fake emergency in order to just go forward without the accountability and transparency, is something that is worthy of attention.
In an interview with the Washington Post, Secretary Pompeo said that Linick's work was undermining the State Department and that the Obama appointee wasn't performing a function in a way that we had tried to get him to. It's simply not possible for this to be an act of retaliation, Pompeo said, claiming that he was unaware that Linick may also have been investigating Pompeo himself for allegedly directing a political appointee to run personal errands.
You mean he's under investigation because he had somebody walk his dog from the government? I don't know. It doesn't sound, I don't think it sounds like that important. I mean,
President Trump says he's happy to fire any inspector general who was appointed by his predecessor.
Nancy Cordes, CBS News.
Linick is the fifth internal government watchdog fired by President Donald Trump since March. In our Healthier Me this afternoon, eating dairy is linked to a lower risk of diabetes, high blood pressure, and other cardiovascular issues. The large international study is published in BMJ Open Diabetes Research and Care. The report showed that consuming at least 2 servings of dairy products each day resulted in that lower risk. The benefits were strongest for full-fat dairy products. And in our consumer alert this afternoon, Pier 1 Imports will likely not survive after filing for bankruptcy. The struggling retailer announced it is looking to stop operations. The company has filed a motion seeking bankruptcy court approval to close stores as soon as reasonably possible after store locations are able to reopen amid the coronavirus pandemic. Pier 1 will look to start liquidation sales as soon as those stores reopen. Coming up here at noon, doctors are trying a new tactic to fight the coronavirus, this time focusing on the patient's immune system. We'll explain in just a bit. But next, Lisa Green is in with how warm and windy we can expect to be for the rest of our day.